By now, almost everyone has heard of the Flextail Gear Tiny Pump.
But have you seen its new bigger brother? Is bigger really better, Todd?
Not always. Full disclosure, Flextail sent us their new Flextail Gear Max Pump 2 Pro to try out and review for free.
It's the bigger brother to the already widely known Tiny Pump X 2-in-1 Ultra Air Pump.
We will show you side-by-side specs and features, pros and cons of both.
And we will test just how many sleeping pads both of these are capable of inflating.
This video is cut up into chapters, so if you don't want to hear about the specs, you just want to jump right to the pad inflation section or the ending summary, you can do so at will. First, we'll go over some quick specs between the Tiny Pump X and the new Pro 2 pump. Obviously, you can see there's quite a size difference. The Mini is 1.7 by 2 inches. And the Pro 2 is 1.9 by 3 inches. It is 2.82 ounces or 79.95 grams on the Tiny Pump X versus 5.6 ounces or 1.58.8 grams on the Pro 2. Flow rate is 180 liters per minute on the Tiny Pump X and 300 liters per minute or 150 on low, which is nice that this has two settings, high and low, which is kind of a good feature. Now the battery size is 1300 milliamp versus 3600 milliamp, which there's a charge time difference obviously, 2.5 hours on the Tiny Pump X versus 4.5 to 5 hours. Your mileage may vary either way depending on who your charger is. Both of them have lights. The Tiny Pump X has 3 settings, approximately 50 lumens, 200 lumens, and 400 lumens. You get to those by holding the button down here. That's your low, your medium, and your high setting. What's neat about the Pro 2 is it has a variable light system where you can set it kind of wherever you want, and it goes up to 500 lumens. Simply hold the button down and it comes on and it gets brighter, brighter, brighter up to 500 lumens, and then you hold the button down and anywhere in between you can let it go so you can kind of set the exact brightness that you want. They both have a hanger attached to the top so you can hang it in your tent or wherever you want for light. Hanger on this one as well. Now when these are charging, they will both show a red light up until they hit 100%. So if they're anywhere below 100%, the light will be red. So 99% and below. As far as waterproofness, the Tiny Pump X is not waterproof. The Pro 2 has an IP55 rating, and as for outdoor use in normal wet or rainy conditions, obviously don't submerge it, stick it underwater, and expect it to work. The big difference here I see is the inflation ports. The inflation port, we've used the Tiny Pump X for quite some time, and one of our biggest gripes with it is that the attachments, you can see right there that the nub coming out is not very big. The attachments don't really stay on all that well, so when you're blowing something up, you pretty much have to hold it with your fingers in place while you're blowing something up. On the new version, as you can see, it's a much bigger port, and these fit very snugly. That is not coming off. You could put that in your pad, basically walk away. Obviously keep an eye on your pad when it's blowing up, but it's not going to fall off and fall out like it would on this one. Another quick thing I just want to go over, which was one other small gripe that we had with the Tiny Pump X. Although you have to press the button twice to turn the pump on, somehow in our packs, one of the first trips that we did with this, the pump got turned on, we didn't notice right away, and the battery went dead. I figured out a way to remedy that is with a simple medicine bottle cap. It's about a medium size, measures about 1 3/4, snaps right onto the end, and prevents any accidental turning on of the button there. On the Pro 2, it's a lot safer. I mean, if you're pressing, it really takes quite a bit to get this to come on, so I don't really see an issue with this one versus with the Tiny Pump X. They both come with several adapters. The large one, 6 adapters. I think the small one may be 5, possibly 6. I've got them put away somewhere. But you never have to fear with having the right adapter to blow up your camp pillow, your sleeping pad, beach balls, pool rafts, etc. One other thing to briefly mention about the Pro 2 that the Tiny Pump X does not have, which I don't particularly find as an advantage since we carry battery banks and most backpackers do. It does have a USB port and the ability to charge, like if you wanted to charge your cell phone or charge something off of it. I wouldn't particularly use it. Again, like I said, we carry battery banks, and I think it would really kill the life of the pump itself if you had to do something like that. But in case of an emergency, it's there for you to use it. So the big question is, how many pads will these actually blow up? We're going to use our Sea to Summit Etherlite XT regular wide pads as a test, and we're going to see just how many times the Tiny Pump X can blow them up versus the Pro 2. So let's go outside and get out. We'll start with the inflation of the pads using the new Pump Pro 2.
We'll speed this up and not bore you with how many times we actually had to blow this up.
You can see, though, that this was impressive at only 30 seconds time to fully inflate this pad.
Next, we'll do the same thing with the Tiny Pump X Mini Air Pump.
Again, we won't bore you with how many times we actually had to blow it up.
Even with the Tiny Pump X, we can fully inflate the mattress in exactly 1 minute.
Well, let me tell you, that was a lot more work than we thought it was going to be.
Adios, mios. I'm telling you, that is an understatement, and I don't know how this guy lets me talk me into these experiments.
You're just lucky, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm sure everyone would like to know how many times these pumps inflated our pads.
Okay, well, enough suspense then. Here it is.
Here it is.
The Flextail Tiny Pump X was able to pump up our pads an impressive 18 times.
That's pretty amazing. At 1 minute each, when the Flextail themselves state that it only runs for 15 minutes. Do the math.
Was definitely impressed for sure. We always knew it was good, but never pushed it to those kind of limits.
So for the brand new Flextail Pro Pump 2, it was able to inflate our pads, drumroll please, a whopping 56 times. I think we could have gotten more, but we're just too damn tired, so we stopped there. And out of breath. Not out of breath.
Yeah, it sounded like it was starting to slow down some, so not sure how much more we could have gotten out of it. 56 times. Wildly impressive, to say the least. And Flextail was nice enough to give me a 15% discount code for anybody who wants to buy one of these pumps. Or you can use it on their website to buy anything else.
Cool.
The link will be in the description down below.
I think I know what I will be taking on long multi-day trips now, and you too.
Yep.
For the extra couple ounces, it will certainly be good to conserve our power banks for more important things.
Like our phones, satellite communicators.
Or any other devices you might want to bring. Let us know what you think down in the comments. Which one would be right for you?
We sure would love to hear your thoughts. If you got any value out of this video at all, please smash that like button and subscribe for other great gear reviews, hiking videos, and some kayaking too. Thanks for watching. And as usual,
and always,
we hope to see you outside.